And a lot of these real respectable members in Chicago, they coming out, man, and they telling the truth on what really happened to Odie Perry. And come to find out, man, from what the streets is saying, and a lot of respectable members, FBG Butta and KI didn't have nothing to do with it. Let's jump straight into it. But yeah, pretty much Trenches News a while ago, I would say about a good year ago, Trenches News came out and he told all of us to go look at a tweet. He said, Mobb Scrapp tweeted out, he tired of people claiming his work. He also said that it was an event that happened. This is Trenches News. You know, some people believe him, some people don't. Trenches News was pretty much saying that Mobb Scrapp pulled up on KI on 63rd or wherever they was at and pretty much told her like, yo, the next time I hear claiming my work, it's gonna be a problem. Trenches News said this a while ago. I also got a tweet, Mobb Scrapp in 2013 that he say, we the ones that made O Block. Y'all gonna see the tweet. He's saying it. We the ones that made O Block. You get what I'm saying? But the reason why I believe that everybody thought that KI and FBG Butta had something to do with it was because KI's story. Like, it was just so crazy and so flabbergasting and so amazing that it was a woman that was walking around allegedly doing all this stuff, scaring dudes, you know, took out one of the top shotters from the other side. It was just like the story was just, it was just so amazing. Like, dang, hold on. This is around the time when Chicago was getting on the scene for doing drill and all of that. So when we heard about the chaos story, we like, dang, we want to tap more into Chicago, you know? And as we start to hear down the line, you know, they say, oh, this girl was responsible for 10, 20 bodies, all of that. You start to see a lot of dudes come out and they keep it real. They say, yeah, you know, KI. They say, yeah, you know, KI. Yeah, you know, she'll bust her strap. You know, she'll run people up off the block. You know, she'll get on like that, but she ain't what people try to make her out to be. You know, and everybody keeps saying the same thing. It don't matter if it's ops or if it's her homies. Her homies and them are saying the same thing, bro. Don't listen to the stories that this lady was just a monster. Like, yeah, she got out. Yeah, people were scared of her, but it was way worse of dudes in the hood than KI. You know, like if y'all look at KI like that, imagine the people that y'all don't know about that we know about. You get what I'm saying? But that's the power of the internet. You can create a character. You know, when DJ Academics came out with that, the War on Chirac, you know, he was giving these people character names like this Wolverine, he this, he that. So it's like the story was so amazing that it was like it was unheard of for a woman to be had that type of status and be known like that in the streets. That's why we ran with it so much. But as we looking down 12 years later down the line, you know, a lot of dudes is coming out and like, nah, bro, she ain't had nothing to do with the Odee hit. She ain't had nothing to do with the Odee hit. Yeah, bro, you can't listen to Butter. She ain't had nothing to do with the Odee hit. But if you really pay attention from what the streets and what everybody is saying, that Butter and KI ran with that notion after Lil J gassed them up to do it. Like Lil J took a picture of them too and called them the Ram Twins. And pretty much ever since then, that put the heat on KI and Butter back. Not because of what y'all actually did, because y'all walking around and y'all brave and barren, y'all brave and y'all claiming it. That's why I feel like that young girl lost her life. I feel like that young girl lost her life not because people were scared of her or not because people felt like she was a problem. I felt like because of the disrespectful and the taunting that she was doing that made her a target. Because I can't see Vaughn and them targeting a woman when it's active members that then really did stuff to their homies that's around. You get me? So it's like, am I gonna sit here and say that KI probably didn't get on, or she didn't bust her strap, or she didn't run people off the block? That's all I heard of people saying. I never heard nobody come out and say, yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. She got like 10, 20 Bs. Everybody, whether it was is Boss Crizzy, Trenches News, dudes from Old Block, dudes from Young Money, everybody keeps saying the same thing, bro. Yeah, she was about it, bro, but she was not a killer, bro. She was not what people make her out to be. Her moms got on there and said the same thing. Yeah, she was a tomboyish. Yeah, she was in the street, but my baby wasn't no killer. You know, you could try to make her out to be whatever you want to, but she wasn't no killer. But was KI standing on business? Was people in the streets scared of KI? Yeah, I could believe that. If it came down to it, would she do something to you? Yeah. But I don't believe that dudes was actually looking like, oh, there go KI, let me, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it was way more people, especially when they started to talk about the little B stories. Think about this. You think more people in O Block was scared of KI or Lil B? You think they was more scared of KI or Melly? You get what I'm saying? You think they was more scared of KI or TB and Can't Get Right? You get what I'm saying? So it was way more people over there in that area that I felt like was way more monsters than her. But I felt like Lil J, like they say, put that battery in her and Butter back and let them go, and pretty much co-sign them into, oh yeah, claim that OD jump, claim that OD jump. You get what I'm saying? Like that's how I feel, because I honestly feel like the streets are saying it without saying it. These dudes ain't about to keep jumping on these interviews. Her own homies jumping on these interviews and saying, nah, bruh, I ain't gonna lie to you. She ain't had nothing to do with the OD one. Like, I ain't even gonna sit here and gas it up to you. She ain't had nothing. This is what her own homies is saying. Only person that's getting on there and really saying that she has something to do with it is Butter. But then again, Butter's story changes. Butter says she got 90 bodies, 50 bodies, 40 bodies, 30 bodies. So his story, you can't really believe it. Was KI about that life? Yeah. But do I feel like she was doing more than Vaughn and all those people? No, I really don't believe that. I believe that, you know, she jumped into that. I believe she jumped into the drill culture late, and she still made a name for herself. I still believe she wasn't no pushover. She wasn't no chump. But I just don't believe that she was the monster that people try to make her out to be, when you got monsters like Mobb, Scrapp, TB, Can't Get Right, Lil B, you know, and them just the dudes we know about. Imagine the dudes that's not doing music, that's not doing none of that. Imagine those names that we don't know about. So the reason why I can't really say that is because her homies is saying she wasn't that. Only person that ever came out and said, yeah, KI got this body is Butter. Butter is an entertainer right now. Butter is making money off entertaining people. That's his job. So you got to take what he say with a grain of salt. But until I see some of her members coming out and saying like, oh she did that, yeah, she did this, yeah, she did. Only thing I heard they say was, oh yeah, she did shoot up O Block one time. Oh yeah, she did do this, she did. But like when they talk about Vaughn and these other dudes, oh yeah, Vaughn did this, Vaughn did that, Vaughn did this, he was on that, oh yeah, TB did this, Can't Get Right did this, oh Lil B, he did this. Well, hers, you don't really have events where somebody really lost their life. Now, it's a good thing if they don't know, because hey, that means she did her dirt and she hid it well. But you can't tell me that monsters and real street dudes is coming out and saying she was like that, but she ain't what y'all trying to make her seem like. So I'm gonna have to run with that notion too, because this ain't ops talking like this. This is her own homies who was around her. Like Trenches News said, everybody know who really did that to OD. And I'm gonna show y'all a tweet where Mobb Scrapp was claiming it. He claimed that he made O Block. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether if she was around or there or not, of course, don't nobody know, because there's no proof. We don't know if she was on the scene or not. But as far as what the streets are saying and known monsters in Chicago is saying, bro, they saying that she was not responsible for the OD hit. And don't listen to Butter. They trying to say Butter is in his acting mode right now. He making money, taking care of his family. This is what he gonna do. He gonna juice the situation. But let's be honest with you. like Butter say, she got 30, 40, 50 bodies. She passed away now. Rest in peace, condolences out to her family. Everybody seen when King Von passed away how the Chicago homicides start releasing unsolved homicides with his connection to it. How many homicides since that girl done passed away have we done heard she done been involved in? We heard about Vaughn when he passed away. They threw him in the Model. They threw him in the KI. They threw him over here, over there, over there. How many times have we seen KI name getting brought up in instance with homicides, the way they've been exposing people in Chicago? Because everybody know, if you've been around the last 5 or 6 months, they've been bringing up cold cases from the early or in the late 2000s. How many cold cases have you heard with KI name on them, like how you heard with Vaughn, Can't Get Right, TB, Lil B, T-Roy, J Money, all these dudes? Why are we hearing the same thing about KI? Because KI was a different type of monster. KI was the type of person to where she liked that, but she not one of them. She liked that, but I don't feel like she was one of them ones that I feel like it was way more monsters out there. I feel like if you had an alley in Chicago and you ask O Block, you say one end got a little B on it and the other end got KI on it. Which way towards the alley you going? I bet you 100% of the people say I'm going towards KI way. I ain't going towards little B way. You know what I'm saying? That's a real monster. We done heard real stories about him. Real cold cases, homicides on this dude. We haven't heard that with KI. So we can't claim. Stop. Sorry, y'all, that's my dog. So we can't call her no monster. We can't call her that. Was she active? Was she around? Was she ready to get like that? Yeah. But I'm going to say this again. If you had an alley and it was two ends and Lil B was on one and KI was on the other one, which way of that alley is you going to walk? I can guarantee you 100% of the people say, I ain't going Lil B way. They ain't going to go Lil B way because they already know. They already know. They already know. But once again, I'm going to show y'all when I drop this video, I'm going to put Mobb Scrapp tweet out where he claimed that he made O Block, bro. He made O Block. That's the same thing Trenches News said. It's the same thing a lot of these dudes saying. Like, the streets know who did it, and it wasn't KI. So at the end of the day, we can keep trying to fatten her resume up and make her look like the biggest, toughest street person it is on the internet. But those real monsters in Chicago, they already know what's true and what's not true. That's why you're going to keep seeing guys come out and not shaming KI or her name, but they not going to give somebody a title that they not when they know it's real monsters that's out here. I haven't heard not one good story about Lil B. You know what I'm saying? Real monster, real monster. You ain't going to hear those type of stories from KI. You're going to hear events and stuff like that, but I'm going to point this out one more time before I end this event. Ever since King Von and a lot of people passed, since Trump sent the feds there, you starting to see they bringing up cold cases of homicides that haven't been solved. How many homicide cold cases was brought up that KI name was involved in since she passed away? You get what I'm saying? Think about how they doing with Lil Von. I mean, I said Lil Von, King Von, Lil B, all these dudes, 800, all these dudes, they bringing up cold cases, everybody. You have not seen one cold case brought up on KI for a homicide. So what does that tell you? It must have been other dudes that was doing that. But I'm not going to sit here and say that she was no chump, no pushover, or she wasn't like that. I just don't think that she was the monster that we make her out to be on the internet. And I feel like at the end of the day, you could create a character on the internet the same way like 2K. And I just feel like that's just what we doing. We heard of this story about this woman that turned from a pretty young girl to a savage and just took over the streets of Chicago. So when we heard that story, it just attracted us to it. But I've got to be honest with you. I don't feel like she was that. I felt like it was certain events that turned her into that. But I don't feel like she was woke, like she was just born no monster. And that's just my personal opinion. And I'm going to say this again. If I was walking down the alley and I had to go towards Lil B or I had to go towards KI, I'd take my money going towards KI before I go towards Lil B. But it's your boy D's Media signing out. Peace, positivity, network growth. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video.